just need to clear my mind. Just need
What up, Doe? Hey, it's What Up, Doe? The What Up, Doe? The What Up, Doe Show. What up, Doe, y'all? It's the What Up, Doe Show. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson, and in the building with me, I got my guys, Big Ed and Waze. Welcome to the What Up, Doe Show Radio Network. And this is the What Up, Doe Show. Hey! Big up to everybody that's having a birthday today, man. Happy birthday to all of y'all. Mm-hmm. And other than that, man, I'm just going to go ahead and do what I do and say big ups to my homies. Big Ed, what's going on with you, man?
What's up, man? What up?
It's all good and good, even if you're in Inglewood. And also got to holler at my dude Waze down in the bottom of the barrel. What's going on, Waze?
Not much, man.
Oh, he got me in the basement today. God damn it.
Gotta switch it up sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I see. What's going on with you, man?
Man, not much. Been looking forward to today.
So I know y'all been talking a whole lot about snow, and I'm real sick of hearing about it because I said y'all was gonna jinx me, and I look out my window and it's I have snow flurries. So I'm going to say it again. The S word is out of bounds. Let's go ahead and get this party started, man. Shall we? Let's not waste no time. Let's go on and get right to it. Boom. Oh shit! Big Ed looking for
Big Ed, not even prepared.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I wasn't prepared for a shot yet.
Well, you know, we're not. It's not like we're not used to you not being prepared for something. I'm just surprised we can hear you.
Yeah, no mic problems this week.
All right, let's do this.
Cheers, fellas.
I'm gonna go shoot the whole bottle. All right.
Okay.
Ow!
Wow, that's a surprisingly good taste.
Woof. So I have a birthday coming up later this week, so I'm excited about it. I did buy myself a birthday present. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Bought myself a nice Shinola. If you're not familiar with Shinola, get yourself familiar with it. It is a watch made in the city of Detroit. Very high quality watch, very nice. And I'm very happy that I was able to finally get me one. And I'm hoping to find a way to get a couple more into my repertoire because I'm very proud of my watch. Matter of fact, let's put it on. And I'm gonna do the whole show like this. not that I'm trying to show it off or nothing.
What'd you say? That's like a bitch who just got engaged and all she doing is talking with her hands continuously.
Yeah, exactly how I feel. You're exactly right.
That'd be like me getting my Christmas presents.
That is exactly how I feel. That's exactly what I'm saying. I ain't doing this to show the watch. This is actually comfortable.
Now you know he's lying,
right? This is actually comfortable.
It's like trying to put your elbow on your son that's taller than his head.
You know what I'm saying? Little pork chop. All right, so look, we had a couple losses this week. Louis Armstrong, comedian not Louis Armstrong. God damn it, Louis Anderson.
I was gonna say, Louis Armstrong died again.
Comedian Louis Anderson, one of the first comedians I knew to come out the closet, but very funny guy. I first saw him. Rodney Dangerfield used to do a special on HBO where he had comedians, and he had a lot of great comedians on there. It seemed like everybody on there took off except the guy I thought was the funniest of them all, a guy named Bob Nelson, who never took off, but I thought he was the funniest guy on the show. But Bob Saget was on there, Jerry Seinfeld, Andrew Dice Clay, Chris Rock. I mean, it was like it's like and Louis Anderson. What's the that guy? What was his name? Sam. Is that right? Samuel Kinison, something like that.
Sam Kinison.
Yeah. So all of those guys got their first break on this Rodney Dangerfield show that used to come on, man. And I used to love that show. And my favorite Rodney Dangerfield moment, because he didn't really do stand-up on the show, he just introduced these new comics. But my favorite moment was when he was bringing up one of the comedians, and I forgot who it was, and he said, "This next comic, he needs no introduction." I tell you, Rodney was my favorite guy, man. I used to love that motherfucker, man. That's one of my favorite comics of all times. He's in my top 3.
Was that the beginning of One Night Stand?
No, he actually did a show. It was a Rodney Dangerfield special where he did. It was him, and he was hosting it. But it was named after him, and he brought in a lot of great comics that made it. There was this guy Bob Nelson that I thought was the funniest guy on it, that out of all of them, and he's the only one that didn't take off. But so many of them took off after that.
Was he like a short Indian kind of guy?
Who?
Maybe he was like Native American type.
No, he was a white guy. You talking about Bob Nelson?
Yeah, he was short, but he had like dark. He was white, but he had like darker skin.
No, he was white. He was a normal white guy.
Okay. And we're not thinking about the same person.
Yeah, no. And this motherfucker did. He did a routine of football players, and that was the shit that did it for me. And when I tell you that was the funniest shit, whenever he had the one guy to come up, the gay football player. "Hi, my name is such and such. I'm a wide receiver." No, he came on. He said, "Hi, my name is whatever it is." He said, "I'm the tight end. Next year, I hope to be a wide receiver." That's what he did. Man, that motherfucker had me rolling.
Oh God,
that shit was that I used to watch that shit so much. But yeah, and that was where Andrew Dice Clay was first got his national recognition. A lot of them took off from that. Like I said, Jerry Seinfeld, Sam Kinison, Bob Saget, a lot of guys, man. It was great. That was a great little show. Anyway, that said,
We also lost
Meatloaf.
Man.
I'm tripping on that, man. I'm tripping on those two. It's interesting that those two are kind of tied together and death, because they're kind of similar in their own little way, right?
Yeah.
They were like the outcast, not I wouldn't say the outcasts.
Yeah, but you're right. Misfits.
Yeah.
Misfits of comedy and music.
Yes. I could not agree more. That's a great way to put it, man.
Thank Meatloaf for bringing us the rock opera.
Yes, and I've always liked Meatloaf as an artist. I always thought Louis Anderson was very funny, even though I was disappointed at the time. You know, we weren't in today's climate and culture, and I was very disappointed to find out that he was actually gay. But he was very funny, and I didn't let that stop me from enjoying his humor. I thought he was a very funny dude.
And I loved his cartoon in the 90s.
Oh man, yes.
Yeah, that was good. It was short-lived, but it was very funny. But I'll never forget he was hilarious on that Rodney Dangerfield show too. Because you got to understand, when comics are, before they make it, man, they're hungry and they're working like crazy. They're doing comedy every night, a lot of them, and that's why they're so much funnier coming up than they are later, because they're not spending as much time in the circuit. right? And then I spent as much time working on the stand-up. But I'll never forget when he said one of the funniest lines he had, because he had a great set that night. But one of the funniest lines he said, because he was real big fat dude back then too. He was very big back then. And he said, this homeless guy walks up to me and he says, "Hey, guy, can you help me with a sandwich?" He said, "Well, sure. Where is it?" Absolutely. Sure, I can. God damn it. I'll help you with a sandwich, motherfucker. You need help finishing that, motherfucker. I got you.
He's one of the kings of self-deprecating comedy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's also credited with starting the Minneapolis comedy scene.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. He was born in St. Paul, Minnesota, and he got his start out here in Minnesota.
Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Very cool. Very interesting tidbit of information there. So yeah, that's that we lost those. And we had another one that's not somebody that had a famous family member. Regina King, one of my favorite actresses. She lost her son to suicide.
Oh wow.
Very tough story, very sad story. So her son, there's no details because she got ahead of the story with a statement asking for privacy, but she did, she made the announcement publicly that he had passed of suicide, and that she spoke highly of him, and she just asked for the privacy, and it's been respected, thankfully. So there's no additional details, but yes, she lost her son Ian Alexander to suicide. So
I like to take this time to just say, mental health is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
And man, reach out to somebody.
Got it.
There's always going to be somebody. If they're not in your circle, shit, you might even find a stranger on the street that can help you out. Reach out to somebody.
Yeah. That's great. That's great words. Great advice there from Big Ed. I appreciate that, man. So on that note, man, I'm gonna take a little short music break just to because I don't want to go from what we just talked about to now happy stories.
Right.
Let's just do something a little transition from that. And rest in peace to those we lost, man, and God bless the families.
For music.
What up, Doe? What up, Doe? What up, Doe? Yes, sir. It's the What Up, Doe show, and we are back. And I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I want to thank you for joining us. So let's get into some of these stories, shall we, man? So producers have discussed the real possibility of Idris Elba as the new James Bond 007. It's been widely discussed online. He has been the pick from the internet for quite some time now, and now producers are seriously considering Idris Elba as the new James Bond 007. Starting with you, Big Ed, since Waze looks like he's eating a sandwich. What's your thoughts?
It's about damn time. We've had 13 James Bond movies, 14. All of them been white men, and white men ain't the only people in the world. They could do some espionage shit, and I think Idris Elba proved it. And Suicide Squad. I don't know if you've seen it. That's a damn good movie.
Okay.
Okay. I got something about that though.
Go ahead, Wade.
I don't think it's about time. I think it's one, I'm absolutely behind this. But the main thing with this, and the reason why I'm not upset it took so long, name one black actor who has that calm smoothness that could have pulled off 007.
Denzel.
No. He has swagger, but he doesn't have the calm smoothness.
I don't know what Denzel movies you've been watching. But Denzel could pull off a James Bond type character.
I couldn't agree with that. And I'm a big fan of Denzel. I'm a huge fan of Denzel. But I would not pay to see Denzel as James Bond. I just don't think he has the right swagger for that moniker. Now, Idris Elba, on the other hand, he has the right persona and attitude for that role.
Why? Because he's British?
No, not at all.
For me, that's part of it, actually.
Oh, for me, it's not. It's just
For me, that's part of the allure is that he does naturally have that accent, and it kind of that's just for me. That's part of why I like him as. But I'm letting Joe make his point.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with Joe, but I'm going to say that is part of my reason. I do like him as it.
the reason I like Idris over Denzel is Denzel has hood swagger. He has that hood smoothness, where Idris has that more international type of swagger and smoothness to him, where it translates better to all people that can watch him and feel comfortable with him as 007, whereas the Denzel, well, that's 007 for the black community.
You know, I just thought of somebody who would have played a perfect 007 type character. And he's gone now. Sidney Poitier.
I could have seen that as well.
Yeah, I could have. So I like all the comments there. I guess for me, I never looked at it that way because I even see it as a little different, and I like it. But I look at James Bond 007 as a person. Okay, so if we're recreating the same person again, how does he all of a sudden turn black? So that's why I thought they never had a black one, because once you made him white, he had to stay white.
Right.
But you know, in reality, I'm misled because it's a fictional character. Whether it's you know you made him or not, he doesn't have to be the same color. It's like they're supposed to have a black Spider-Man coming up too.
Yeah, Miles Morales. Whole different name.
So yeah. Oh, he's not going to be Peter Parker?
No.
He's
Going to be a photographer for the newspaper, for the Daily Bugle? Is he even going to have the same job? Are they just going to recreate an entirely different person for Spider-Man? See, so so in other words, because Spider-Man and Peter Parker has always been this character, so we're going to say create a whole new story, and now a black man is Spider-Man.
Well,
Nope.
see,
But we'll explain to you why.
they actually did that in the comics.
Now, all right, I'm the comic book nerd here, X-Men, but so I will break it down for you. Miles Morales is not the same Spider-Man as what Peter Parker is in multiple universes. He's a separate individual who happened to be bitten by a different radioactive spider, and this was during the reign of Peter Parker as Spider-Man. So they live in the same universe. Peter Parker ends up training and teaching Miles Morales.
Yep.
You know, Miles Morales, though, his radioactive spider gave him, I would say, significantly more of a power set than what Peter Parker got. So you got this African-American, Hispanic.
I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole on comic book nerd shit, because I'm not one. So, I got you. I guess my point is I get that. So they're not just turning Peter Parker into a black guy.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas we are turning James Bond into a black guy. There's a difference.
I got you.
You follow me? So
Yeah.
is he going to be 007? And are they just saying, okay, so the agent 007, he's just a different agent 007, not necessarily the same guy that Sean Connery was,
Or Roger Moore.
who actually just turned black now? Well, they all were. It was different because, yeah, all the ones that followed Sean Connery, I'm just saying Sean Connery was the original. So everyone that followed was white like Sean Connery.
I thought Roger Moore was the first one.
No, Sean Connery was the original James Bond.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Roger Moore was don't tell nobody, but Roger Moore was my favorite. But Sean Connery is the original James Bond.
Yeah.
So all the James Bonds that followed was white like the original. Whereas, so is there going to be this kind of a story behind Agent 007 being a black guy, or is we're just going to turn James Bond black all of a sudden?
Right.
I got the answer already, and it's been in the movies.
Go ahead.
In the movies, with I don't even know, Daniel Craig is his name, I believe. They explained that the 007 moniker is actually like a separate moniker. It's not the same individual, but the same identity as far as it's like being known as John Smith, even though your name is so and so. You know,
Jason or Jason Bourne, even though his name is David Webb.
Exactly. Right. So it's
Yeah.
a moniker and not an actual individual.
Okay, and they can go that angle. I'm curious to see how they'll do it. I want them to do it so that I can see how it's done, and I think Idris Elba will be great.
Like in the first in opening scene, they need to establish you are the new 007.
Fuck that! I want to see it in the last Daniel Craig movie.
Well, they're going to they will have to do a character development for it and bring it about. And I'm curious how it's going to happen.
No. Mind if I put this in? You mentioned how your favorite 007. Growing up, my favorite was Pierce Brosnan. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Really? Okay. Yeah. He was actually a really good one. Pierce Brosnan was a really good one. Roger Moore was better, but Pierce Brosnan was very.
The games are actually based off of the Pierce Brosnan movies.
Mm-hmm.
The GoldenEye and the 007 games that were really popular back in the 90s.
The games were popular in your household. The games were not popular.
Oh no.
No. It's about Madden, nigga. It's the What Up Doe show y'all listening to, man. We'll be right back. What Up Doe? The What Up Doe? The What Up Doe show. Yes, sir. And I am back and in living color. And I'm here with Big Ed Ways. You listen to the What Up Doe show. We are back. We were just talking about the James Bond turning into Idris Elba because he fell into a fire pit and turned black. I got the story. I got it. So some other celebrities in the news. What does Kim Kardashian, Floyd Money Mayweather, and Paul Pierce all have in common?
They all been fucked by Kanye?
They're all getting sued.
They are all getting sued as part of a class action lawsuit for allegedly creating a cryptocurrency scam. They made false statements about a company called how do you say this shit? Ethereum Max.
Yep.
That they were creating digital tokens that this company was offering these digital tokens. And they were saying how much money they're making off of it. And it's the thing is called pump and dump, what they call the scam, pump and dump. So in other words, I make these statements as a celebrity, use my celebrity to make these statements. And then people pump all their money into it. I started it off, bought a bunch of it, and then people pump all their money into it. It makes the stock go up, and then I sell it. So you buy in and I sell out and I get paid off of you buying into this bullshit. And um so there's a class action lawsuit against, and not just those three, but they're the biggest three names. There's other names in it, but Kim Kardashian, Money Mayweather, and Paul Pierce are all a part of this lawsuit.
Yeah, there's quite a few big names involved in it. And
He pauses. He pauses because he wants me to say, "Care to share?" Just say the shit.
no, I don't care to share. No, because I don't know the rest of the names, but I saw more than just those three names.
Okay, name one.
Wasn't 50 in it in on it too?
No.
He was in on one of them.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Long time ago, he did something similar, where he did it differently. It was his own personal stock. It was his own company, I should say, that he used his celebrity to pump the stock, and that's against the law. And he pulled this tweet down after, and fortunately for him, he was able to not get in as much trouble as he could have been. But that was a long time ago. Totally different situation.
I will say this.
There was more than just those three names in it.
There are more than those three, but those are the big three names. And if you didn't have other names to add, could have left it where I left it. Because I don't have more than those three names to add. That's why I left it where I left it. Joe, you said you were about to say.
All right, so I know y'all remember. Y'all's older than me, so y'all's got to remember. Remember when fraud was something punishable with a sentence instead of just a lawsuit? What the fuck happened to that?
I'm sorry, I missed that. I missed that.
Like, why are they only being threatened with a lawsuit? If this is actually a case of fraud, which essentially is what's going on here, it's insider trading, essentially, like what Martha Stewart was set in prison for. Why aren't they being penalized in the same manner?
Well, that's what 50 Cent was facing, because that was a little different because it was his own company. This is not their company.
Right.
They're just stock investors. So what they're doing is investing in something that's costing them far less than a penny. I would say probably 1/1,000,000th of a penny is what they're paying, or 2/1,000,000th of a penny. And then using their celebrity to get other people to buy in to bump the stock up, and then they sell out. Once now I talked you into it, and you bought all this stock, and the stock went up high enough for me to buy out. Because if it goes up to a tenth, then that's worth a lot of money to me if I bought it for 2/2,000,000th.
This year, let's start talking about the things we usually don't. Things.
Sorry, that wasn't supposed to go on.
What in the Pornhub was that?
Sorry. The story, the fucking ad. I'm sorry.
Now,
Y'all see what I deal with? Do you see what I deal with? This dude, this guy right here.
I was trying to read up on the story.
all right. So
This guy right here.
here's the thing. Now,
Sorry for researching.
so essentially, what you're telling me with this story is these individuals are suing these celebrities because they essentially bought into those individual celebrities' celebrity and popularity as a means of thinking, oh, this cryptocurrency has to be legit.
Correct.
Well,
And-
they shouldn't even win their cases. That's their fault.
And then because those celebrities sold out real quick, all of a sudden they lost a bunch of money.
It's like buying snake oil.
Because you lost all this money because you went and invested based on what they're saying, and the reason it's going up, and then they sold out and it plummeted.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even a real stock.
Right. And that you shouldn't buy. This is why I say this is on them. Those individuals that purchased those stocks after the celebrities, is you should at least research and know what the fuck you're putting your money into.
That's some people's research.
Yeah. Who got money that's behind this?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but the only thing I'm putting money behind is anything Warren Buffett got money behind.
See, I can't get behind
So
that.
he could get you if he were to do something like that. He could get you.
See, I don't know. I guess I'm looking at it as a more personal. The way I personally look at stock when I purchase stock is based off of the trends of of how well that stock is sold and everything.
Not every people. That is not people. Don't look at that shit. Not everybody go with trends. They go with news trends.
Yep.
People follow news trends more often than actual stock trends because that's not what I do for a living.
Doogie Howser's smart as fuck. And he's putting his money behind Bitcoin.
But you know who drove Bitcoin? You know who drove Bitcoin from the get-go? The Winklevoss twins.
Same people involved with Facebook.
Exactly. The true creators of Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah, they took that money that they won off of Zuckerberg and went all in on Bitcoin and drove that shit up like crazy.
Right.
But they didn't like bail out when it took off like these folks did. It wasn't like buy into Bitcoin and then once you buy in, then they bail out. No. That's not what they did. They actually was buying in, whereas these celebrities were just using it as a ploy to get you to buy in so that I can sell out and get paid off the money you put in there.
And I'm not saying the celebrities right in this situation. They're wrong. They're wrong as shit. But you got to make smarter decisions instead of just going based off of what a celebrity has said or done. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't think these people deserve to win this lawsuit at all. They should have really put some thought behind what they were doing. Don't put your money behind something you don't know nothing about.
But a lot of people don't really understand cryptocurrency. They just know people getting paid off of it.
Exactly.
And most people are getting paid off of it for following a celebrity advice. Dogecoin. Elon Musk said Dogecoin is hot. All of a sudden, people got paid off Dogecoin.
Yep.
So that's how cryptocurrency has been working. So I don't blame them. I'm not saying that to say they're going to win, but I do say that to say I don't get it. I get it. I get why they feel like they were misled, and they're out here talking about it like I'm already rich off of it. I'm already making money off of it, and you're not. You're about to make money off of me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the gist of that.
Okay.
I think we beat that one up. Huh?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
At age 41, Venus Williams has proclaimed that she is still a virgin. But her quote was kind of makes you say, well, did she say she's a virgin? Because she said, I'm still a virgin. But she added that she has not, and I quote unquote, never had sex with or slept with a man.
Oh, so she just hasn't been penetrated by a man.
So she's technically still a virgin.
Here's my question, because this is where this leads to. You got to read in between the lines. She said she's not a virgin because she has never had sex with or slept with a man.
So she is a virgin.
No, to me, it sounds like she is behind the doors secretly admitting that she's a lesbian.
That's what a lot of people, that's how a lot of people have interpreted that she has, because she states, I've never slept with, or I've never had sex or slept with a man, but she's proclaiming that she is a virgin.
Yeah, because that was a very specific thing to say.
Yeah.
That was very specific to say. You could have just left it at, I'm a virgin. But she said, I've never had sex or slept with a man. That means you've been with some women.
King Richard would be pissed.
You know what, though? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, I bet you it's still juicy.
My thing is, I'm okay with the two, if that's what you're saying. But if that is what you're saying, don't call yourself a virgin.
Mm-mm.
Because a virgin, if you had sex, you had sex, whether you had it with a man or a woman. Because I've never had sex with a man. I've never slept with a man. I'm not a virgin.
Right. Now, see, this is where the interviewer should have done his fucking job. And we're like, well, in this case, have you ever been penetrated? Just flat out ask her.
I wouldn't have asked that. More pointedly, I would have said, so have you ever slept with or had sex with a woman?
Yeah, that's a good point because she could have penetrated herself.
Clarify what you mean by that statement, because you're saying you're a virgin,
Mm-hmm.
but you follow up by saying you've never slept with or had sex with a man. But are you a virgin if you slept with and had sex with a woman? Not necessarily. I say no.
An experience is an experience.
Yes.
Is her hymen still?
Big Ed, for a not so handsome guy, you're making very ugly faces. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
Is her hymen still intact?
If not, I could fix it.
If her hymen's still intact, then she's a virgin.
Penetration is penetration, whether it's an inch, 2 inches, or 8 or 20.
If your hymen is still intact, you're technically a virgin.
I don't know about all that.
So we need to talk to her gynecologist.
I don't want to interview that nigga.
So if a woman made her bust a nut,
technically the hymen has to be broken for you to not be a virgin.
Here's the thing. This is 2022. Virginity is an experience, not a physical reality.
How did we get?
You can say I've never had sex with a man and not be a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as a woman, if your hymen's still intact, you can claim that you're still a virgin.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, she could have just rubbed her clitoris and she's no longer a virgin, in my opinion. Fuck that. It's an experience.
So she made herself not a virgin.
You know how long these motherfucking dildos are out here? Yes.
No, because what you just said, you could rub your clitoris and you would not be a virgin.
Hold on, we got to stop using the C word. This is YouTube.
It's a scientific term. We can use it. And we are not safe for work show.
This is true. But here's the thing. I don't know. You go according to... I don't think she's a virgin. I think she's just hasn't had... I'm just going to say it.
Okay,
There's a lot of women that's still a virgin that's not a virgin if you put it in the right hole.
How about we settle it this way? Okay. Technical terms, she's still a virgin. But in our minds, she's not.
Yeah.
My question is, if she's a lesbian and she's had sex with a woman, is she a virgin?
Sexual intercourse is sexual. Yeah.
I say no, because you're never going to have sex with a man. If you're a lesbian, you're never going to have sex with a man. That doesn't make you a virgin for life. That's bullshit.
Right.
That is bullshit. A virgin, I don't fuck a hymen, fuck a loman, fuck a besideman, biside, whatever. If you have had sex, you are not a virgin. If you have had sex with another person, you are not a virgin. Not technically, but literally means you've never had sex.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean you've never had sex with someone of the opposite sex. It means you've never had sex. So if you have had sex, whether it be with the same sex or not, you are not a virgin. I don't give a fuck I don't care what other technicalities you throw in. That's all it is. That's what it is.
But on her death certificate, she'll die a virgin.
Not if she had sex.
Not in our minds.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Not if she had sex. That's a virgin. Virgin means you never had sex. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's virginity is a matter of experience.
Now, I may have a slight disagreement with Joe because I don't know if I would consider masturbation having sex.
No.
The Bible might disagree that masturbation is a sexual act.
Remember when you was 12 years old?
I'm just saying.
The Bible might say that masturbation is an act of sexuality, is a sexual act. Personally, I believe if you've had sex with another person, you are not a virgin. I don't care if they're of the same sex or a different sex. Period. Point blank. You are not. If a man fucks a man, he is not a virgin anymore. If a woman fucks a woman, she is not a virgin anymore. That's how I see it. So it can't be true for men and not true for women.
Yeah.
So if you had sex, that's it. You're not a virgin. So she implies that, but she didn't actually say that, though.
Yeah, exactly. Because you never know. She could have scissored someone.
She could truly be a virgin. I mean, she could truly be a virgin and just never consider sex with another woman as sex. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have sex. I didn't have sex with another woman. So I don't even consider that. The fact is, I've never had sex. She could mean that I've never had sex. She could really, truly mean that. But she didn't have to say, the fact that she said it specifically to a man leaves the question out there. Mm-hmm. But she didn't say literally, but I did have sex with a woman, but that don't count. She didn't say that. We all assume that. That's where we jump the gun and jump it and see. And I'm not. That's where we jump the gun. I ain't trying to show my watch, but that's where we.
She could actually be the 40-year-old virgin.
She actually could be.
Fuck all that. I want to know something. And I wish this interviewer asked her, have you ever experienced an orgasm of any kind? And are you willing to try?
I mean, that would be...
Get her one of them rose petals.
I'm just saying. Look, Venus and Serena, look, I ain't gonna front, man. Ooh, okay.
So it would have really been good if he'd said, well, you would still be a virgin if you give me some head. Hey, see, now we're going too far, man. This is What Up Doe Show. This is What Up Doe Show. I want to thank y'all for joining us, man. We'll be right back after these messages. We about to get sued by the Williams family for that discussion, but it's okay because you know what it is, right? I gotta say it. It's the What Up Doe, What Up Doe, What Up Doe show. See, I can put that with any beat. That's my point. Here is that little disclaimer that I came up with is a chameleon of a.
I will put it out there. If they do want to sue the What Up Doe show, I am willing to pay Venus and Dick. I'm just going to let it out there.
You see what you started, Venus?
But she put the story out there, so
yeah,
the story is out there. It is.
All we can do is talk about the story. So
that's all, and I'm okay with it.
She said, "I can't beat my sister, so I'll get this out here."
If Serena can't make such a claim,
no, she can't.
We ain't trying to hear.
And she tried to hit with that born again shit.
We know you've been stuck. Okay, so here's a story. I like to get at least one story with a local angle out here at you guys. And by the way, you know what? I'm gonna do something real quick. because me and Big Ed was having this discussion earlier. Whereas I thought this light was coming from this direction. So I was fucking with this fucking window. We're for the first time, we're actually doing the show in the daytime, folks. On full disclosure. I thought this light was coming from this direction because for me, it's the opposite, right? For what I'm seeing. So this is actually my right and this is my left. But on the screen, it looks the other way around. So I was fucking with this window like left and right. And come to find out it was this one. So anyway.
Even apologize to the window.
So I had to apologize to the window. My bad, nigga. Shit. You know I'm a retard. So I like to do at least one story with the local angle.
Yep.
Because it's the What Up Doe show, and What Up Doe is a Detroit thing. Even though this isn't Detroit per se, it's the Detroit area in Pontiac, Michigan. A Pontiac man, 31 years old, is charged in the death of his boyfriend over a video game.
Oh my God. Really?
They had a fight over a video game, and he killed his boyfriend.
I can guarantee it wasn't Madden.
You're probably right because you're right. It just dawned on me where you're going with
I
that.
have to disagree because I remember a GameStop got shot up because some dude lost in a Madden tournament.
Yeah, but he's going there because they're boyfriend and boyfriend. I think that's where he's going with that.
Gay people like football too, bruh.
Yeah, Walter Payton was gay. I just made that up.
I ain't gonna lie. I always had a feeling he had a little. No, that's Herschel Walker. I thought had a little sugar in his tank.
His name was Sweetness, right? So anyway, look, I'm fucking with Big Ear.
I'm talking about the greatest running back of all time.
Second, OJ.
Yeah, I had to fuck with Big Ed real quick. All right, man. I take that back, Big Ed. I'm sorry, man. I'll take that back. All right. So anyway, it turns out that the boyfriend that got killed, his name is Rory Teasley. The Teasley was like a huge viral sensation online. He had a huge YouTube following, and he had thousands of followers on YouTube, and he had like over 200,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh,
he was this huge online sensation, and hey, he got took out over video. I think it's a new video game called Tiddlywinks.
I was gonna say, is it Super Smash Bros?
You're wrong as fuck. You're so fucking
Look,
wrong.
this isn't the laughing matter.
I hate this show. I truly do. This is the worst show ever. If you are subscribing to this show, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Oh shit.
Subscribe to my channel, man. The What Up Doe Show Network. Subscribe to my channel. We got a lot of great shows. We do the sports show. We do the smoke session. We got the Waves verse that's always into some kind of competition with itself. So subscribe to the channel, despite the fact that what used to be the flagship show. The smoke session is the flagship show of the What Up Doe Show Network now, because this show is shit.
I'm not. I actually think people gonna love this one.
This is bullshit.
We're covering all areas.
Hey, this is the midday special right here.
Oh shit!
I ain't gonna lie though, with this story, I really kind of want to know what game they were playing cause one guy to kill another guy.
No, I've researched like crazy. They will not say what game they were playing because the guy won't say it. The guy after he called 911 and just said, "Hey, me and my friend is sleep on the couch. Fell asleep on the couch, and he's not responding." So that he's not saying what game they were playing.
I'm pretty sure one of them was black, which tells me he's the one who killed him.
Both black.
Oh, they were Monopoly.
No, they was playing NBA 2K.
No, they're playing Monopoly. Fuck that. Monopoly is one of the most dangerous games to play in a black household besides dominoes and spades.
It's a video game.
2K22. I'm telling you.
Video Monopoly?
Oh, yeah. I play Monopoly on the Nintendo Switch with my kids and girl.
I don't know about that.
I'd be ready to whoop their asses, too.
I can guarantee they were playing NBA 2K22.
They was playing hide and go get them.
Hey, that was one of the funnest games when I was a kid.
Look. You know what? Meanwhile,
they were playing Metal Gear Solid with Solid Snake.
So there's a trailer. I know you saw it. The shit is fire. Dr. Dre has released a trailer for the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Hey, I think this is gonna be the greatest Super Bowl halftime show since Prince.
Now, I'm going to put it out there because no, that was a national anthem. Never mind. I was going to say you forgot about Whitney Houston, but no. What I am going to say on the subject of the Super Bowl, off the subject as well. Man, Mary J. Blige looks fine as a motherfucker.
She looked great in that damn trailer, man.
Man.
She was fire. She was fire in that trailer. That fucking trailer is fire, man. I was fucking amazed. I was watching that shit like, this is fire.
And I think they're actually going to let it go longer than what they usually do. They usually what is it, 12, 13 minutes?
After longer.
I don't know. It depends on how bad the 49ers are winning at that time. Colin Willis here. That's what it come down to.
Yeah. On that note, yeah, I got to change my Super Bowl picks.
I know, because you had to steal
my pick for tonight.
Okay. No, man. No.
You already made that change on this
show,
past week, earlier in the week.
I got to make that change.
You'll make that change on next week's show.
Wrong show, sir. No.
We'll see you and your new pick on Tuesday.
Wrong show.
Let me change my pick.
Nope. Wrong show, sir. Wrong show. Hey, it might be in your favor. You the only one that picked the Packers.
In light of new information, in light of new evidence.
Wrong show, sir. We're not doing that right now. We're not taking those picks right. But I will say that trailer is fire. I think this. I hope it lives up to the hype. I know. Big Ed said he think this will be the biggest one, and I hope it lives up to the hype. This is certainly the biggest buildup to a halftime show ever.
Yeah,
I don't ever remember a trailer for the halftime show in the past, and especially one that was this fucking fire. Man. However, this is a pre-produced and live entertainment is two different things. And I tell you, Prince and Michael Jackson put on two hell of a shows.
I agree.
Much to my surprise, because I'm not a huge fan of the band, I thought Coldplay did a damn good halftime show.
Yeah. Hold on. What about that dance off between Bruno Mars and fucking Beyonce?
Absolute fire. So that, and Beyonce's been on a couple times. Mm-hmm. She killed it both. But the one with Bruno was definitely the better of the two.
As a 16-year-old boy, I am gonna say it.
Janet Jackson.
Best halftime show of all time.
Yeah, the wardrobe malfunction was actually absolute fire. The people don't talk about it much and don't give it that much credit because of the controversy involved. But if you go back to that was fire ass halftime show. That was a fire ass halftime show. So there's been a lot of great ones, man, over the years, man. I enjoyed personally, and not because I'm an old nigga, personally, I enjoyed the fuck out of the Rolling Stones. So the Rolling Stones, the Who, I enjoyed the fuck out of those. For me, it's tough to. I think there's Prince and Michael Jackson, and then everybody else. Though.
Yeah, and Prince above all else because of the timing of that Purple Rain was the greatest timing and music.
It was actually fucking raining, and it was just fucking phenomenal. It was the most memorable. But when Michael Jackson first popped up out the stage and stood there, and it was like, damn, that's Mike. Damn, that was dope. But he stood there so still for so long, you start saying, wait a minute, is that Mike? Is it really? Is it him? I mean, he stood there. It was just like that was one of the most phenomenal moments for me because he stood there so still for so long in that pose that you started to wonder if it was really him or not. And then the motherfucker moved. I'm like, oh shit, that motherfucker moved. And I was
Yo, I will say this.
Two, for me, is those two, and then we go to the rest of them, and we start the discussion.
No, I have to correct you on the Prince one. It wasn't raining during the Prince performance. It started to rain at Purple Rain.
Yeah, no, I meant that. It started to rain on the Purple Rain. Yes, no, it rained on Purple Rain. Yes, absolutely. And it was shit. It was just poetic, man. That shit was incredible.
I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but this is the type of halftime show that I've been wishing for.
It's not. It's not for me. It's not for me because I'm not a big fan of 90s hip hop live entertainment. I'm a big fan of 90s hip hop, but live, I've seen a lot of your favorites, and to me, they were trash. Nas was trash. Bone Thugs and Harmony was trash. I've seen and they turned me away from concerts. Concerts in the 80s and the 70s were a lot better than the concerts in the 90s for me. So that's why it's not for me. So I'm hoping it lives up to the hype because the hype is incredible and the trailer is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I hope their live performance can live up to it. Eminem, on the other hand, I've seen M, and M is good. M is fantastic.
M does a good show.
M is very good. So I would like to. I hope it does, and I think it can. I believe it can. I'm just hoping it doesn't. It doesn't undersell. It doesn't. I hope it lives up to the hype. Period.
Well, I know 3 of the artists always puts on a good show: Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige.
Hey, I've heard Kendrick does a damn good show too.
Me too.
I've seen Kendrick live once, and he was really good. But I only saw he did a short. He didn't do a whole. I didn't see his concert. I saw him do something short, and he was really good. I was impressed. So I think it's the right collection of artists. I think they all have potential. I think it has strong potential to be really as good as as the billing. But there's been some really good ones, though, man. I don't want to undersell halftime shows of the past, man, because I've been surprised by some of them. I thought Katy Perry was better than I expected.
Adam Levine was really good, too.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Levine was good.
People sleep on Maroon 5.
I expected more from Maroon 5. I can't lie because I like Maroon 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are an extremely good group, and they were good, but I didn't think it was great.
Mm-hmm.
I expected a little more, but it wasn't. I wasn't disappointed, but I wanted more out of them.
What was one that you were most disappointed in?
I thought, most disappointed.
The Weeknd.
How did I know you were gonna say that way?
Dude, I was so excited. I was so pumped to watch The Weeknd perform, especially after all the bullshit he just dealt with the Academy Awards and everything, and the Grammys snubbing him. and that fucking fire ass album he just released, and then he goes out there and does that. I'm like, no wonder they snubbed your ass.
That was trash.
Yeah,
Trash.
that was the most garbage one in recent history.
I agree. Damn. Now that he said that, I can't think of one I was more disappointed. I might agree with Joe on that.
The strike year.
I might have to agree with Waze.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that because like you put out this amazing fucking album, fire fucking album that is definitely up there with some of the greatest albums I've ever heard.
5 singles off of that album.
Yes, and then you do that performance. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I will say it's hard because I guess for me, I wasn't a big fan of his. I love that album. You are correct. That was an amazing album. And it got the credit it deserved from the Grammys, right? But I had never seen him perform, so I didn't have high expectations. But if you ask me what I thought was the worst, I was going to say that was probably the worst halftime show I've seen. That was bad. Mm-hmm. It was really bad.
I think that's part of the reason why they came back with Dre, Snoop, M, Mary, and Kendrick.
No, I think the main reason they did that because it's in LA.
Yeah,
because it's in LA. They wanted it to be relatable to LA, and you remember Jay-Z is involved. Remember that.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z was saying, okay, if this is in LA, you got to go to Dr. Dre and let Dre put something together. You know, that's what I think happened with that. I don't know. Lady Gaga was good.
Man,
Lady Gaga was good. That was better than I expected it to be. I wasn't huge on it, but it was better than I expected. I'm not a big fan of hers, but
now her national anthem was way better than her halftime show, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Her national anthem was fire.
Mm-hmm.
With her halftime show, the drop down from the ceiling was great. Mm-hmm. The rest of it was a little underwhelming. Yeah. I wasn't really huge on it. It wasn't bad. It got great reviews, but because some people put it up there with Michael Jackson and Prince, and I said, "You out your fucking mind?
No,
you out your you are out your fucking mind." I'm not putting it up there with Beyonce.
I want they smoking.
No. Yeah, I'm not putting it up there with Beyonce overall. I thought the drop from the top was phenomenal. After that, I thought it was like so.
Exactly. Now with the Lady Gaga national anthem, she's one of 2 national anthems for the Super Bowl I can ever remember the artist for. Her and Whitney Houston, and she's only second to Whitney.
Yeah, Whitney turned that motherfucker out. Whitney national anthem was the best ever.
Didn't she win a Grammy off of that fucking national anthem?
She won a fucking Grammy for it. How good is that? I don't remember where Marvin Gaye did his, but his was fire too. Marvin Gaye was fire. I don't remember where he did it though. I don't think it was the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. It may have even been a basketball game, if I'm not mistaken. They gave him a lot of flack over it, but it was fire. If you never heard Marvin Gaye's national anthem, look it up because he changed it. He didn't do it the way we're used to hearing it. And he killed it. He killed it. Yeah, I think there's been some good ones. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it almost as much as the game.
Yeah. 49er Bills is what we're going?
I went 49ers Titans.
I think I went Bills.
Yeah, I think 49ers Bills sounds good.
I went 49ers Titans. So
that's my amended pick right there. 49ers.
Well, you can re-say that on Tuesday when you remake your pick.
You amended pick. You ain't gonna do it. You said Packers. He picked the Packers to go.
Man, fuck you.
He picked the Packers to go to the Super Bowl.
Fuck the Packers. You'll find out why in a minute.
No, we ain't. No, we ain't. So, all right. So, I want to wrap it up, man. I got one last story, And I think this last story is going to be one that is going to save the show
Okay.
because this show is trash.
It's one of the best ones.
In Washington, let's see if I can read my own writing here. It's Wauna, Washington, or Warner, Washington. I don't know.
Winona?
Washington has some of the weirdest fucking names. I don't know if you ever heard of back in the day, Daffy Duck used to, on the cartoon, used to always say, listen, my name is some Walla from Walla Walla, Washington. Walla Walla, Washington is an actual place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all know that. Washington has some of the weirdest fucking names. So it's Warner, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
70-year-old man. I'm curious how y'all gonna feel about this. Spotted his stolen vehicle. And he got into an argument with the 23-year-old person that was in it. I want to call him an assailant, but I'll call him a suspect. He got into an argument with the 23-year-old suspect that was in his car, the assailant that was in his vehicle. He spotted his vehicle. That's my shit. And they got into an argument. A 23-year-old tried to take off in his vehicle. And 70-year-old man shot the fuck out of him, shot and killed him. And I'm curious what you think.
Hey, I'm shooting for mine.
Here's the thing.
These motherfuckers ain't taking my shit.
Mm-hmm.
I work too hard for my shit. And I use my shit for work. So these motherfuckers ain't taking my shit. I'm going to shoot their ass. So I applaud the 70-year-old man.
I look at a different perspective. This kid is suspected of stealing his vehicle. As far as we know, he could have also just purchased the vehicle from the individual who did steal it.
You're in my shit with my plates on it. You're the one that stole it. I don't give a fuck. If you're the one that took it, and if you're not the one that took it and just bought it off of somebody, shit, you stole my shit. You have my stolen shit. So in my mind, you stole my shit.
Yeah, but I'm not going to shoot him.
Shit.
I might shoot the tire, but not him.
Shit.
Because it's my stolen shit. So as far as I'm concerned, I can replace that tire.
Fuck that. I just had to replace 4 goddamn tires on my shit because somebody slashed my shit. That's expensive. Fuck that. I paid more for the tires than I paid for the goddamn truck.
So let me ask you this though. Going there, I learned this a long time ago. It is self-defense if you shoot somebody because they're threatening your life. But if you shoot somebody just to protect your property, that's not self-defense.
No.
So is it more expensive to replace a tire, or is it more expensive to replace yourself because you go to prison?
Yeah. At that point, you are the aggressor. And that's the issue with this circumstance is it is not him defending himself. It is him in a matter of
defending his property. Defending his property.
So in that case, he becomes the aggressor and not the defensive individual.
So what's your what bottom line? What's your thoughts on it then, Waze? I mean, where do you stand?
He was in the wrong. He was not protecting his own life. He was protecting a piece of property. A piece of property is a material good in which you could easily replace, maybe not so easily replace, but either way, it could be something that is replaced, whereas to your life is not. I think he was in the wrong because he was trying to defend something that is replaceable.
Here's an argument. All right. Under the Supreme Court right now, corporations are considered people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Under that same assumption, couldn't my property be an extension of myself?
No. How so?
You paid money to have your corporation, right?
No, I
Same.
don't pay money to Target.
When you're a corporation, you've paid money to be a corporation, right? And now that can be an extension of yourself, of your free speech.
So in what you're saying, the only way I see what you're saying is in, for instance, in your case, like you said, your vehicle is part of your business. So it is your business. So therefore, your vehicle would be considered potentially your corporation. I could see it in that case, you making that argument. But if it's just my car, it's not the same. That's just my property. And it's not an extension of me. It's just my property. Because if that's the case, when I go trade it in and get another car, did I just give up a piece of myself? No, I just gave you the piece of shit that I used to drive, and I got me a new ride, and that's all. And it's just your property, and you can protect yourself, but not your property. Corporation is not your property; it is a corporation. It's two different things to me. It's one is what you are. It's a business.
And when comparing corporation to a business or personal vehicle, I look at a very technical output. A corporation is a publicly traded business, whereas to a business of like what you do, bro, is not a publicly traded. Therefore, it is not in the same category.
That's true, but I could still see the argument.
Yeah.
If he had to make it, if he was put in a position where he had to make it,
Yeah.
I could still see the argument because it's not my life, but it's my livelihood.
Exactly.
Right. So therefore I could still see the argument there. That said, is the law wrong?
Yeah.
To an extent. We have to have limitations.
No.
We can't just have it wild west.
Okay, so I'm you could just steal my shit and get away.
Yeah, if you're running out of my house with my air fryer, I'm not gonna pop you in the back of the head for it.
So here's my thing. If he would have shot him before he tried to take off, I think he's got a better case.
Exactly.
If when he took off in my direction, you've got a better case because that vehicle is a weapon at that point. So I was protecting my life because he was trying to run. He could have been trying to run me over. But if he was trying to get away from me, I am no longer in danger. My life isn't. He's trying to get away from me. And that's how the law is interpreted. If he took off trying to get away from me and I shot him, then I'm wrong. But I think he had a much stronger case if he had shot him during the altercation when they had the argument. Because at this point, you don't know what he said. I know what he said. It's between me and the dead man.
You know what?
The truth is between me and the dead man.
Yep.
So he could have been threatening me. He could have been saying anything. I don't know if he had a gun or not, but he said he did. So I shot him.
He reached for his waistband and grabbed my arm at the same time.
You know what you just said just kind of makes a lot of sense to a case that just happened in the news up here with Officer Kimberly Potter.
Exactly.
He was getting in the car to get away, and you shot him.
Exactly. Exactly my point. Exactly.
And that's why she got the charge she got.
And that's why she got the charge she got. That said, man, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Okay, go ahead. You have one last thing to say?
I said both charges. First degree and second degree manslaughter.
Okay, all right. We'll drop the mic right there. We're gonna drop the mic right there. I want to thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for joining us, watching, listening, however you heard us. This is the What Up Doe Show. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I am here with my guys Big Ed and Wade, and on behalf of the What Up Doe Show Network, I want to thank you guys for joining us. I'll see you next time. Subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of great shows out here for you, and we can't wait to have you join us for all of them because we enjoy having you. It's the What Up Doe Show. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. Peace and good night. Somebody say there was a party up in here. Is there a party up in here?
Just need to clear my mind. Just need a